live with another one, guys. We are live with another one. And you already know what this is, guys. This is OE MMA TV. I'm your host, OE. Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you already know. You might as well do it. Thank you for supporting independent MMA media, guys. And like I always say, this is your channel. The only channel where the fans come first, not last. All right, guys. UFC 330 is ahead of us. There is a new fight. There is a new fight on this card on UFC 330 that has just been announced. And I do want to give out my information on that, but hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, see, I got 11. All right, guys, there's been another fight added to this card, and it's a catchweight. It is Charles Johnson. Let's put this. Damn, I don't think I got a pen. I know I got a pen. Hold on a second, guys. Let me put this right here. Alrighty, hold on. Let me put this right here for a second. Hold on a second, guys. Alrighty. All right. Well, yeah, guys, we got another fight actually on UFC 330, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there. Is Charles Johnson versus Eduardo Chopin? Um, Not really a lot on Eduardo, to be honest with you. I believe he is a newcomer. If anything, he's probably coming off of like a contender series or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Um, Look, just for that simple reason, I'm gonna give it to Charles Johnson. Usually I won't pick Charles Johnson, but I'm gonna go ahead and pick him because I mean he's experienced, much more experienced than Eduardo, I believe. I mean he hasn't fought in the UFC. You know, in the last 3 fights, he's 1-2 when it comes to Charles Johnson. But I'm gonna pick Charles Johnson to win this fight. And you know what? I just wanted to say that. So, excuse me, put that out there. There's been a fight added to UFC 330, and I want everybody to know I'm picking Charles Johnson. But yeah, guys, how you doing? What is up? I am doing great. I am doing great. Hopefully, you having a good one as well. What is going on with you guys? Blesses to you. Hopefully, you guys are getting out of work or getting out of whatever you're doing. You know, you're enjoying yourself or about to enjoy yourself. I mean, it's almost the weekend, guys. Okay, it is almost the weekend. It's crazy, you know. I'm Sometimes you gotta appreciate life, man. You really do gotta appreciate life. And I read a story right now, about what's going on with you know, I guess with the Navy, I guess with military, naval, individuals. And I guess right now they're having a situation where they don't have no food. I mean, they have food, but it's just not good quality food. And a lot of people are panicking. They've been out there, I want to say 6 or some odd months or even more out there at sea in the middle of the ocean. A lot of people are getting delusional. I read this story and I'm like, bro, I appreciate that I'm here, man. I really do. I appreciate that I'm here. You know, man, that's crazy, man. I wish all those people the best. Okay, hopefully they get through this, man. That's crazy. But going back to UFC 330, um, yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this card. I'm really excited for this card. I think it's going to be a phenomenal card, top to bottom. I really do. I'm convinced this is going to be, one of the better cards of this year. That's what I'm hoping for, to be honest with you, because there really hasn't really been a phenomenal card. You know what I mean? Besides the number cards and the White House card, to be honest with you. So I'm hoping this is the best numbered card the UFC can deliver. To be honest, that's what I'm really hoping for, guys. Okay. But yeah, man, what is going on out there? Let me know. Let me know in the chat what is going on out there. Anybody got things planned for this weekend? If you got anything planned for this weekend, let me know, man. This is a free chat right now. There's no really topic of discussion, okay? Christian says, Christian, welcome back to your channel and welcome back to your track. Christian says, What is up, OE? Nothing, man. I'm just here, man. I am just here. Hopefully, you're having a good one, man. What is going on out there? What is going on out there in the world, guys? Let me know. Let me know. I'm looking at the upcoming events right now. You know, just I don't know, man. I don't know. I think slowly but surely, a lot of people are losing interest for the UFC. I really do. I really do. I think slowly but surely, a lot of people are losing interest. And look, now MVP plans to be a competitor against the UFC. We'll see. We'll see how everything unfolds. We'll see how everything unfolds. I mean, the UFC says they're on different stratospheres, but when you talk about fighter pay, I don't know. I don't know about that, guys. I really don't. I really don't know about that. But yeah, I mean, to me, to be honest with you, I mean, I'm looking forward to Rodriguez and Silva. That's a phenomenal fight right there. That's a fight that I would watch, to be honest with you. And the last time, Rodriguez took a long layoff, he looked great. So I believe that was against Max Holloway, and he looked phenomenal. Kicked Max Holloway in the face. Um, yeah, this is a fun card. This whole UFC no check card is phenomenal, to be honest with you. You know, um, I like Tommy McMullen, I really do. Alexa Grasso, though, that's a little weird to me. I mean, after her last performance, I mean, geez. And I do understand she did, she has a long rivalry with Valentina. I do understand that as well, and probably the UFC wants to move on from that. But I mean, man, Macy Barber, she blew it out, man, and I'm talking about blew it out her ass. Pause, no homo. But honestly, guys, I mean, yeah, you would think Alexa Grasso, putting on a performance like that, she'll get a chance against Valentina Shevchenko, but it's just the rivalry, it's too recent. The UFC most likely wants to, move on from that. That's for sure. But yeah, this card is a banger, man. This card is a banger, man. But anyways, guys, let me know. Let me know in the chat what is going on out there, man. What is going on out there in the world? Let me know. Let me know. Inform me, man. Inform me. Okay. Christian says, man, I gotta say, ladies and gentlemen, UFC Las Vegas 120 was an incredible fight card, but Lord mercy, on paper, like Anthony Smith will say, it looked absolutely trash. I mean, that's what guys. I've been saying this for a long time. I mean, look, the UFC numbered cards have not delivered in 2026. Since the Paramount merger, it hasn't none of the numbered cards delivered. Okay? The White House card, it was a good card, but it was a short night. All right. So in my opinion, the UFC fight night cards, that's really what's been carrying the UFC as of recent, in my opinion. And that's facts. Say what you want to say, but to me, that is facts. And I'm hoping, honestly, I'm hoping UFC 330 actually delivers because, I mean, there's some tough fights on here, but I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna see if this, brings some type of excitement. I just know for a fact the main event is very interesting. It really is. It's very interesting. Um, Ian Gary being so lengthy, he's just a tall guy. He utilized that knee stomp very well. I just wonder how this fight plays out. You know what I mean? I'm just wondering how this fight really plays out because 2026 has been just a crazy year. You know what I mean? I mean, just nuts. So I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Ian Gary just surprises everybody. It just goes in there and just shocks the world. But then I wouldn't be surprised if Islam Makhachev just goes out there and just holds him in crucifix and you know, cradles him for 5 rounds. That's totally possible. That's a possibility. And how about Mackenzie Dern? You know what I mean? How about Mackenzie Dern versus Gillian Robertson? I mean, the reality is, right? If Mackenzie Dern, you know, came in, maybe 2 or 3 years ago and tried to become a champion, I don't think she would be. And that's facts. I don't see it. I don't see how it would happen. Um, with all due respect, right? Can you imagine Mackenzie Dern fighting Joanna Jędrzejczyk? What do you think will happen to Mackenzie Dern if she fought a vintage Joanna Jędrzejczyk? I'll tell you what happens. Okay, I'll tell you what happens. Murder, 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 murder. That's what happens, guys. That's facts, and that's pretty much all the explaining I have to do when I'm talking about Mackenzie Dern. Look, I like her, but the reality is she's just not. You know what I mean? She doesn't have it all. She don't have it all there, in my opinion. I think Gillian Robertson, she has a lot to offer, man. She has a lot to offer. She's a tough girl. She's gritty, durable, on a winning streak. We're gonna see, man. Honorable mentions from that card: Diego Ferreira delivered a sensational performance in the co-main event and proved to everybody that a 42-year-old, he still has the skill set. Hey, Christian, I mean, I can't disagree with that. Yeah, you know what I mean. Great performance by him. Great performance by him. Oh man, but yeah, guys. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just looking over this card right now. I'm trying to convince myself that it's going to be a really, really good card, and I really hope so. I really hope so. What we got here? All right, we got UFC Fight Night headlined by Omar Nurmagomedov versus Song Yadong. Let's see this card. On paper, this card looks like it's trash once again. Once again, but most of these UFC Fight Night cards look like they're trash. Most of them. You know what I mean? We got Dan Hooker. Here we go, headlining. Man, against a nobody. But he's a somebody. I don't know why MVP is fighting Ruzbiov. I don't want to get. I don't understand it. Man, this card is horrible. This card is atrocious. This card is atrocious, guys. It really is. But look, guys, let's read a little bit more. I want to read a little bit more about this thing real fast. I want to read a little bit more about this thing really fast. Hold on a second. Google. Google. Okay, here we go. Cause it's like some situation happening. Hold on a second. We'll see. What is it? USS Abraham Lincoln. Wow, that's crazy. Got a whole name for it. All right. Wow, this is crazy, guys. This is crazy. We're living in fucking crazy times. Look, guys. All right, ready? The USS Abraham Lincoln is making headlines due to a record-setting deployment in the Middle East. Lawmakers are demanding an investigation into reports of dire onboard conditions and mental health crises, prompting Pentagon to dispatch a replacement carrier. Wow, this is deep. This is crazy. Hold on a second, guys. I don't mean to giggle or anything like that. That's crazy. I'm just giggling because I'm like, what is going on out there, guys? What is going on out there? Hold on, let me listen to this. I gotta listen to more details about this. Hold on a second, guys. Sailors and Marines are still deployed tonight, more than 8 months into a mission. Let's listen to this. The San Diego based USS Abraham Lincoln's 5,000 sailors and Marines are still deployed tonight, more than 8 months into a mission supporting U.S. operations against Iran. It was supposed to end back in May,
Now, there's no return date. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Stephanie Simmons, in tonight for Marcella. On top of that, this week, the Navy Times reported allegations of sailors facing exhaustion and even suicidal thoughts. News 8 Steffi Roche looked into those concerns and talked with an expert. She joins us live now with more. Steph.
That's crazy, guys. What is going on out there, bro? What is going on? Christian says more honorable mentions. Your dear Dev went out there at UFC Las Vegas 120 and absolutely demolished a tough veteran like Darren Elkins. Incredible performance by the Cuban prospect. I understand. I totally understand. But guys, we all knew what was going to happen. We all knew what was going to happen. I love Darren Elkins. I love the guy. I told you guys, I met the guy. You know what I mean? Total, like the most down to earth, humble person you could ever meet. But guys, he was, come on, out of his prime, and he was fighting somebody who's much younger. But let's get back to. I wanna learn more about what's going on with these sailors out there. Um, in the USS Abraham Lincoln. Like, what is going on out there, man? GTM says, "Why you look like Muslim?" I have no idea, man. I have no idea why one would. I don't know how one would look Muslim. You know what I mean? I guess having a beard, people get scared, and they think you're like from the Middle East or whatnot. You know what I mean? I mean, it happens. You know what I mean? It happens. But maybe that's why. Maybe your eyes are just racist or something. And your eyes are just scared. And every time you see somebody like me who with a strong beard, you get nervous. You know what I mean? Um, but let's listen to this. I want to listen more about this. Let's listen. I want to listen what's going on with Abraham Lincoln over here in the USS Abraham Lincoln ship over here. They're saying that, you know, um, we have countrymen out there who are, in dire need for help, man. Let's listen.
Well, that article referenced raised allegations that multiple sailors have attempted to jump overboard. Now, according to a report reviewed by MS Now, just last week, 200 family members attended a meeting right here in San Diego with the acting secretary of the Navy, and families were raising concerns over sailors' mental health, exhaustion, and safety. During the meeting, Vice Admiral Joseph Cahill, commander of Naval Surface Forces, acknowledged the strain on sailors and their families. The Navy Times' article also featured claims from family members who say contacting their children stationed on the ship has been a challenge. I took the concerns raised in that report to Armin Kurdian, a retired U.S. Navy captain who once called the USS Abraham Lincoln home for 6 months.
Wow. Wow, 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 guys. Wow, that's crazy, bro. I can't even. I can't even imagine, man. I'm just being honest. I can't even imagine. Uh, being on a ship with just a bunch of people. Because man, there's a lot of people on that ship, bro. There gotta be a lot of people on that ship, man. You know, they were supposed to. They've been out there for 8 to 9 months, guys. That's crazy, bro. Wow, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Christian says, but man, we got to give Yadir Deval his props for asking the crowd to applaud the incredible career of Darren Elkins. Without a doubt, the Cuban prospect had a lot of respect for him. I mean, you have to have a respect for a guy like Darren Elkins. He's one of those guys that goes in there and he puts it all in the line. He's not looking, to go in there and double like you. He's going out there, to take off your head, or he's gonna get his head taken off. And sometimes you can respect that, guys. Honestly. But guys, I mean, look, man, this is crazy, man. I mean, the conditions on this ship are atrocious, right? Um, I don't think the servicemen understood what they were signing up for. Most likely, um, I most likely don't know the conditions, but I could just imagine. You know what I mean? I could just imagine. I mean, you're out there at sea and things need to be fixed. You don't have the tools necessary to fix, certain things like toilets or whatnot, or whatever the fixing might be. You're out there for 9 months, so I mean, you haven't been to land to replenish any of the food, so the food is scarce. So I mean, it's a tough situation right now for these guys. I can't imagine, man. I'm gonna listen to this some more, guys. Hold on, I'm gonna listen to this some more.
It's not uncommon that a strike group experiences somebody wanting to jump overboard or somebody wanting to commit suicide during a deployment. You know, it doesn't happen every day, obviously, but it does happen. So the fact that it's happening during this deployment is not surprising, but I hate to say this, it's something that you might expect. You always try to lead turn these kinds of things.
Hold on, guys. Hold on a second. So did you just hear what that guy just said right now? He just said right now that this because apparently there's multiple servicemen who are jumping off of this ship, right? Like they're willing to commit suicide. The conditions are so bad on this ship, guys, that these men are willing to jump the fuck off. I mean that guys, that says enough. You know what I mean? It tells me enough about the conditions on this ship. They want out. Okay? They don't have no help, and this is atrocious. This guy just literally got on the news and said, "Well, every year, suicide is a statistic, is a proven data. You know what I mean? And sooner or later, there's gonna be somebody that's gonna commit suicide. So, the fact that there's people jumping off of the ship, I mean, that's not surprising. That's like that's literally what he just said. What the fuck is going on with these people? Man, Darren Elkins will forever be remembered. Christian says, man, Darren Elkins will forever be remembered as one of the most dangerous fighters in the featherweight division. Congratulations to the guy on a phenomenal career. I mean, you got to. Congratulations for Darren Elkins, man. I like that guy. He was awesome, man. He was awesome. Hopefully, he could train some people too. He could become a coach because I can't imagine he's not going to be a bad coach. I could believe he could be a good coach for sure. But I want to listen to this guy some more. Hold on a second, guys.
Meanwhile, in a statement shared with News 8, a spokesperson for the Navy tells us in part, quote, based on information available to command, we have not identified an increase in reported suicidal ideation or suicide attempts aboard the ship. It goes on to say Lincoln is operating in a highly contested environment where traditional supply hubs in the Middle East were disrupted by combat actions. In response, leadership prioritized mission critical supplies first, food, then hygiene items, then mail. Current reports from the ship confirm continuous access to clean water, functional AC, and healthy meal options. Now, the Navy also explained that the ship has a comprehensive support network with counselors, medical professionals, and more on board the ship. But for now, reporting live from the San Diego Bay, I'm Steffi.
I don't know. I don't know, guys. I mean, look, I understand everything she just said and what the news is claiming here. You know, what I mean that they have food and all the resources that they need within the ship, but that doesn't mean that the food is good quality. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm just being honest, guys. If it's bad enough that you're out there at sea. You know what I mean? You go out there in the deck and all you see is water. It's bad enough that your country is in a war that you might not even understand. Okay? All that is bad. You're in a war zone area where at any given moment a missile could come and shoot your ship. Okay, that's facts because they are in a war zone. Guys, everything is bad in that area, right? The last thing you want during that whole situation, okay, is for 9 months be eating TV dinners. Hell yeah, you're gonna be malnourished. Hell yeah, your mind is gonna be, fucking half broken. You kidding me? You know what I mean? Especially for those newcomers. I can't imagine the newcomers who literally just, you know, passed the ASVAB out of high school and decided it would be a good idea to get away from their family members and go join the Navy expecting it to be a great experience, an experience worth telling, and then all of a sudden you're in this shit. I can't imagine that. That'll be a nightmare. A nightmare, guys. You know what I mean? We could all sit here from our lovely AC and houses and say, "Oh, toughen up, guys. Toughen up." But at the end of the day, guys, I'm not gonna say that about those kids or about those guys or about those men. Okay, I'm not gonna say that about that man. If the conditions are bad enough that people are jumping off the ship, something needs to be done. Honestly, guys. All right, but anyways, guys, I just wanted to get on here and just talk a little bit about UFC and man, a little bit about the news too. Craziness out there, man. Wow. But anyways, guys, you already know what this is. This is OE MMA TV. I'm your host, OE. Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you already know. You might as well do it. Thank you for supporting independent MMA media, guys. And like I always say, this is your channel, the only channel where the fans come first, not last. Christian says, but also Darren Elkins will forever be remembered for showing a tremendous amount of heart in every single fight. Without a doubt, Darren Elkins is a living mixed martial arts legend. That he is, man. That he is. I think he is. I think he is a legend. I think Darren Elkins is a legend, guys. That's for damn sure. Guys, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Okay, support the community. It goes a long way. It really does. But going back to the topic at hand really fast, I don't want to, I'm going to just, really fast, man. Okay. Something needs to be done with this whole situation with the USS Abraham Lincoln sailors. Something needs to be done. Something should be done. And, man, it's a bad situation overall, right? It really is. It's a bad situation overall. I just wonder when all this nonsense will stop. When is all this war and just gaining shit gonna stop? You know what I mean? Like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like everybody is fighting for status. Everybody is fighting for something that, at the end of the day, is useless. You know what I mean? It's useless. You can't take it with you. You know what I mean? Once you die and you pass and you perish, you can't take it with you, guys. Like, you literally cannot take it with you. So at the end of the day, you know, take everything in your, try to store everything in your mind. Because even memory cards are being taken away from us, guys. You know what I mean? We're being charged, for memory. So, do what you can. Read as much books as you can. Try to remember as much as you can. Don't cheat yourself. You know what I mean? Don't cheat yourself of that. Try to learn as much as you can out there. The dumbest person is the person who never, is willing to go out there and learn and explore and be humble and take chances, right? And learn from experiences. So do that, do that, man. But anyways, guys, you already know what this is, man. I'm out of here. Y'all be good. I would love to stay up here longer, but I gotta go. I stood up here 2 minutes too long. Okay, and gave my opinion to too many things. All right, so stay strong out there. Like and subscribe. Until next time, I'll see you Saturday. I will be live Saturday from beginning of the UFC 330. So stay tuned for that, guys. One love.